My people, one that they say shall never end. This palace of Ile-Ife kingdom have turned to everyday news story. New day, news story. My people, information reaching us right now, allegedly, is that Ooni of Ife scatter palace with anger. As a matter of fact, his anger this time, if you put hot water, it go boil am. Hey, over the fact that they said Dr. Elizabeth almost lost her life because of accident. My people, and I know say about 1 month ago, they said Ooni of Ife bought 2 cars, Range Rover Jeep and I've forgotten the other one, 2 cars for Dr. Temitope and Dr. Elizabeth. Yes, so they said these cars wey be say Ooni bought for these 2 people. You know say no be only these 2 people be Ooni of Ife's wife. Yes, but the reason he bought those the 2 cars for these 2 women is because they are the ones who are supporting him, who are not arguing with him, who are not telling him the reason why Queen Naomi must not return back to the palace. Because ever since Dr. Elizabeth enters this palace, I believe she is in this palace for a mission. And one of the mission is to make sure that the king is happy, that his happiness is restored by bringing back his only son, Prince Tadenikawo, to the palace, coupled with the fact that he also wants to reunite with his lovely wife, Queen Naomi. And Dr. Elizabeth had been trying everything within her power to achieve that. Even though at some point her attitude would dictate, will I say, jealousy, you know, but we do know that she's a woman and she's married to the king. So sometimes if the king started neglecting or forgetting that she's also a wife to him, that time sometimes she used to act too, but that does not mean that she don't need or she doesn't want the king's happiness and for him to reunite with Queen Naomi and bring back his son. Then Temitope on her own. Let me just say that Dr. Elizabeth enters the palace. Temitope, who have been sometime with Mariam them, sometimes she will be confused. Notice that Dr. Elizabeth is, through her attitude, that the king is paying more attention and love to her. That was when Temitope now turned around. Yes, so, because before Dr. Elizabeth enters the palace, Temitope have been showing us in one way or the other that she is jealous of Queen Naomi too, you know. But ever since she find out that, you be like, say, this woman smart, oh, she know say if she can't support the king will show her more love and happiness and affection. That is when Temitope now turned around, you know, and stopped supporting Mariam and Ronke them. And that was when you hear him say that, hear her saying that she came to the palace of Ile-Ife kingdom to marry, not to fight with anyone or not to stop anyone from entering the palace and all of that. But in any case, thank God that she's smart to have known that the king will only show you love if you show him love in return. So right now, the only 2 people that the king is showing more love and attention in that palace happens to be Dr. Elizabeth and Temitope. Now, that car wey be say the king bought for these 2 people, and they use it to appreciate them, to tell them, thank you for standing by me, thank you for your support, thank you for being where I lean whenever I am weak, you know. So, and they said this Dr. Elizabeth, and I know say she get driver. Yes, they say na driver and they carry all of these wives. Yes, so but women will always do what makes them women. When there is new car, they would want to drive on by themselves, you know. They said Dr. Elizabeth wanted to use the new car that the king bought for her to go and see a friend. This car, they say it is tear rubber. Oh, it is not fairly used. Oh, it's not fairly used. They said it is tear rubber. New car wey be say nothing dem do am, nobody don drive am. That is to tell you the condition of the car. Oh. Only for Dr. Elizabeth to enter the car, oh, drive from here to outside the palace. Before you know it, they said the brake, when she wanted to put brake, the brake don dey shake, dey shake, dey shake. The brake no gree hold again. Oh, before you know it, they said Dr. Elizabeth landed the car and herself inside bush. It was one big tree like that stopped the car. And thank God, oh, thank God, because her hands are clean. Because if to say Ronke Abimari and I do get that accident, something for don't happen. Because the gods go put hand to make sure something happened to them. But my people, the good news be say nothing happens to Dr. Elizabeth. Then, when the king hears about this, everyone was worried. You know why? Because the car is tear rubber. There is no how they will say that the brake has developed fault already, that the brake is having problem and all of that. My people, they said they started investigation. Ooni of Ife started investigation, oh, allegedly, from wetin we dey hear, my people. Now, when the investigation was going on, it was discovered that someone sent somebody to go and lose that brake. And I know say, na mine na you go fit do this kind of work. The last time we heard that the king discharged almost all the male staff in that palace, especially those of them that are working for the Olories, as in their personal staff them. They said the king fired all of them because most of the things that they do in that palace, it is something that relates to this kind of attack that made the king to release sack them. But now they said it was somebody who went and lose that brake, because they know that because it's a new car, Dr. Elizabeth would want to drive it herself, at least for some time, before the driver will take over again. My people, now so the king say, hey, so this time around, he no go take am. And I know say, as long as it is Dr. Elizabeth, the king will not take it lightly with the person if they find out the person that did that. Because it's like after Queen Naomi, the next person that the king values so much in that palace is Dr. Elizabeth. Because Dr. Elizabeth is the one who shows him love and attention. Dr. Elizabeth, from what we heard, is his personal doctor who takes good care of his health and everything. So he wouldn't want to play with anything that has to do with Dr. Elizabeth's life. Some people said if it is Duronke or Mariam, he might take it lightly. But you see this one that happens to Dr. Elizabeth, that the king is not going to take it lightly. If you remember the last time they said an ancient egg was pursuing Ronke, they said the egg have eye, have leg, have hand. Can't they pursue Ronke for the middle of the night? They said when Ronke was screaming and went to the king's chambers, when the king came out from the upstairs and looked down and find out that it was Ronke, they said the man gently go inside his chambers. But during that time when we said that they disturbed this our beautiful Dr. Elizabeth with sleep paralysis, attack of the incumbus and succubus, the moment she screamed, the king will go and bring her to come and spend the night with him. This life, sir, balance, so my people. This life, no balance. Anyway, guys, don't forget that they're all alleged information, okay? Always bear that in mind. I beg, subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, okay? Don't forget, I still love you guys. Bye.